Hi everyone, this is a Math OED2 video on 3.2 and we're going to be discussing negative exponents. So I just posted a video on the zero power rule. It looked like this. So if you want to watch that video, please go back and find it. This video is discussing negative exponents. So many times my students get confused by negative exponents, and rightly so. So there's some questions I want you to think about as you think about negative exponents. And just to clarify, when I talk about negative exponents, an example would be a to the negative second power. What does that mean? And we can have numbers raised to negative exponents. So 2 to the negative third power. What does that mean? How do you evaluate it besides simply typing it into a scientific calculator? What does it mean? Okay, so one common misconception, and again, you can understand the confusion here, is thinking that a negative exponent results in a negative number, right? You see a negative sign, you think, okay, well, there's a negative in there, I'm going to get a negative number. So, does a negative exponent mean that you have a negative number? The answer is no. So then, right, the million-dollar question is, well, then what the heck does a negative exponent mean? And I think the best way to understand this is to take an example like this, where we have a to the third power divided by a to the fourth power, okay? So let's just take our time and first of all write this out as products, okay? And hopefully you can see here that a bunch of our a's cancel out, but there is one left over. Okay, and remember, you can always put a 1 up here. I like to say that 1 is a ninja number. He's always there. You can't always see him, but he's there. So this gives me 1 over a. So let's suppose I had approached this slightly differently, and I had thought to use the quotient rule. Right? Because remember, the quotient rule, generally speaking, saves you time. The quotient rule says that instead of going through all that silliness that I just went through, instead, I can actually just subtract my exponents. Well, that's interesting, right? When I subtract 3 minus 4, as you can see, I get this negative number. But up here, I didn't get a negative number. I got 1 over a. So what I've just proven to myself is that a to the negative first power is the same as 1 over a. Okay? So that's what negative exponents do. And again, it's a little bit strange. It's not necessarily intuitive. Okay? So x to the negative 1 means that I have 1 over x. X to the negative 2 means that I have 1 over x squared. Let's say I have 2 to the negative 3. That means I have 1 over 2 to the third power. Okay? So the negative exponents tell us to move the term to the denominator. Okay, and then we can make the exponent positive. Okay, so hopefully you can see that negative exponents have to exist because sometimes when we're applying the quotient rule, we will, if the degree of the denominator is larger than the degree of the numerator, we will end up with a negative exponent. They will happen in the course of algebra. So again, writing it out as multiplication, we can see that what a negative exponent really means is that we're dividing by whatever that value is. I'll be posting a bunch of examples and working through problems to help you guys learn how to apply the exponent rules using negative exponents.